I'm back and I'm reviewing something different. This show, I started watching it last season and I didn't know it was coming back. So it's back, and based on what I've seen, I've decided to review it. So tonight's not going to be a big review because I took absolutely no notes. I have my Mac beside me and I only have it up here just so I remember the girls' names. Um, I'm reviewing A 1,000 Pound Best Friends, and it started off the series with a young lady by the name of Megan who was on another show that's about bariatric surgery. And they basically took her because she had the surgery on the end of that season, and they brought her on this new show with her best friends. Now, I really don't feel like all of them are best friends, but we're going to go with that narrative because that's what the show is pushing. So we have these four women who, in the first season, were all going through weight loss struggles. And basically, this season, we're continuing on. So Megan was supposed to be the leader of the group. She's supposed to be the one that made all the girls want to look at themselves better. She was the one motivating. She was the one who, her best friend Vanessa, she felt like she needed to lose weight. And she was really, really on Vanessa to the point where she was really judgmental about Vanessa and had a lot to say about the things that Vanessa should be doing and all that other stuff because she wanted Vanessa to have the surgery. Now we start off this season. Vanessa had the surgery at the end of last season. Vanessa lost some weight at the end of last season. And we also knew that for this season, they started filming again with it being 6 months post op. So we see Megan, and Megan to me looks like she's put on more weight from the last time we saw her. When she was in Dr. Proctor's office on the first season, he told her that after a year, she should have lost more weight than what she did. And he basically let her know that she was his worst patient. And I could understand how that would upset her, but at the same point, he was being really honest and letting her know, like, look, you're not doing a good job. You need to tighten up. Megan has a lot of excuses, and there was something about her that I really wasn't too sure that I liked. And I think I'm going to see more of it this season. Vanessa, on the other hand, has done her job. She looks great. She looks amazing. She lost a whole bunch of weight, and it's obvious she met the goal that Dr. Proctor set for her, which is to lose 100 pounds. After surgery, in total, she's lost well over 100 pounds. He wanted her to lose between 295 and 305, I believe it was. And she met her goal. I can't remember the number because I didn't write it down, but she met her goal of almost 100 pounds since surgery. She said that she's had some slip ups, but for the most part, she's been trying to do her thing. We then have Tina. Tina has all the excuses in the world as to why she can't do what she's supposed to do. And her major excuse is that she's a mom and a wife of four kids, and that as a result, her weight fluctuates. She goes up and down. But she's the one who's the most against having the surgery. So I kind of was expecting for her to do more, which we don't know how much she weighs, but I can kind of look at her and tell it doesn't look like she lost any more weight. Her and Megan live together. Megan lives in Tina's basement in Tina's house, and they're both enablers. Like, I won't even say that, they're codependent. Um, at some point, Tina's apartment, not her apartment because it's her house, her home, the first home that they purchased, a pipe busted. And rather than Tina knowing to call the water company to ask them to shut off the water, she called 911. She called 911. 911 and the police told her that she needs to contact the water company. Water company turned off the water. It took them so long to get out there. There was so much damage that the house is uninhabitable, and 8 people have to now go into a hotel that is one bedroom. It has multiple beds in it, two beds to be exact, but it's just one room for 8 people. I said right then and there is further proof that Megan is trash because, Megan, have you not gotten any money from the show? Your fiance is supposed to work. Why are you all living with this lady in the first place? And if her house got flooded and they're only giving her enough money to cover one room, why don't you use your own money to get another room? Or better yet, get a place to rent. Even if it's a bedroom to rent. I don't quite understand that, but I'm going to leave that part of it alone. We then have Ashley. And Ashley had the sleeve done before. She said she lost over 60 something pounds and then she stopped doing what she was supposed to do. And then as a result, she noticed that she started putting back on weight. She wants to lose weight. She also looks like she's put on weight since we saw her last season. And she's admitted that she's put on weight since we've seen her last season. So Vanessa calls all of them over and does some healthy meals. I didn't like seeing her with her hands all in it with those long nails. I just kept feeling like bacteria was in her nails as she was digging. She made a cauliflower potato salad. I feel like she could have cut it smaller, like these big chunks. Her son took a bite. He put the food back in the community bowl where all of this stuff was at for the ladies to eat. It just, her son has put on a whole bunch of weight. He gained another 30 pounds. And as I'm watching these people and their different weight gains, I said, Tisha, you need to get it together because you're in this same department. Like I had to check myself, and this is a transparent moment, and I'm hoping that in time as we film these shows that we'll see a difference in my appearance as well. I constantly have a battle with weight, to the point where I'm gonna say before my senior year of high school, I got really, really small. You can look at me and tell I've always had this, but you can look at me and tell that I'm, a plus size woman. And I had got down to a size 6. And I remember that even in a size 6, because I was so accustomed to being larger, I still felt like I was big, right? So I kept off the weight. Up until I had my child. And even after that, I still wasn't as large as I am now. But as time goes on, you go up, you go down, you go up, you go down. Back in April, I was going down. And then I messed up my knee working out and I stopped. And as a result, after watching the show, I already knew that I had put back on the weight that I lost, but getting on the scale and seeing it is your reality. So I'm saying this to say I got on the scale, and the reality is that of the weight that I lost, I put back on 30 pounds of it. 30 pounds since April. So what that tells me is I need to get my butt in gear. Megan is avoiding the scale because Megan doesn't want to get her butt in gear. Megan knows that she put on weight. It's obvious that she put on weight. But if Megan gets on that scale and Megan sees that she's doing so much worse than Vanessa, it's going to make her spiral even more because Megan is looking for excuses. Your friends who are there with you, and I get that the cameras are there and stuff like that, but to me, this wasn't just a camera thing with her not wanting to get on the scale. This was I don't want everybody to know how bad I'm doing. I left this part out, but Ashley got all of them like weight loss journal type books that she made, that she wrote different things in, that she wants them all to use so they can kind of encourage each other, as well as see how they're doing in their weight loss journey, what they're doing wrong, and all these things. And Vanessa went to go get the scale because one of the first things in there is to put your weight, your starting weight. And Ashley was like, I feel like I'm the biggest one here now, and I'm going to get on this scale and write down my weight. So if I can do it, Megan, why can't you? Megan threw a tantrum. Megan threw a hissy fit. Megan walked out and threw the journal, like flung it. She wasn't even looking where she did it. She could have hit somebody with it. I don't like Megan. I don't. I will do much better for the next review. I'll do more of a breakdown. This is just a video, number one, letting you guys know that I will be reviewing it this season. Number two, letting you all know that I will also be losing some weight this season. I know the number that I am. And after I lose like 10 pounds, maybe I'll reveal it. Because I'm not Megan. I'm not getting paid to do this. But the point is, self-reflection is important. And while watching and getting mad and saying, you spent that money, which she didn't really spend it, but somebody spent that money for you to get this surgery and you're not doing what you're supposed to do, made me look at myself and say, you spent that hard time to work out, to eat better, to do the things that you know that you need to do, to be here for yourself, to be healthier, and to be here for your child. And what you do? Put the weight back on. Look, I can close it, but look. At one point, it was nothing to close this. So we're going to work on this back. We're going to work on these arms. I'm going to get myself together, and I'm going to review this show. Until next time.